Anaheim Stadium was the Rams' new home in 1980, and in Week 1, Billy Sims burned them for 219 scrimmage yards and 3 touchdowns in a Lions 41-20 win. In Cincinnati, tight end Jimmy Giles caught 2 touchdown passes in a 17-12 Buccaneers victory.
Right now to talk a little bit about Tampa Bay, a man who knows them well. Hard to move against them, is the friend.
Well, I played against them a few times, Frank, and there are some people that think the reason the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got to the playoffs in the NFC Championship game last year was because of a weak schedule. That is a myth. There are no weak schedules in the National Football League, and Tampa Bay got here because of 2 things, generally. One is a great defense, it's the equal to Pittsburgh's, and a great running back, Ricky Bell. They've got a quarterback who's been maligned down here. His name is Doug Williams, only the 3rd year. He's not matured as a great quarterback yet, but most quarterbacks in their 3rd year have headphones on the sideline.
We told you, Vince Ferragamo opens at quarterback because of the broken finger on the hand of Pat Hayden. Cullen Bryant, Elvis Peacock. If you're wondering where Wendell Tyler is, he was in an automobile accident on the 4th of July weekend, dislocated hip. He'll probably be out for another 4 weeks. Speedy wide receiver. Waddy has the speed and, of course, Denard the moves. The tight end, Terry Nelson, is hurting a little bit tonight. We don't know how long he'll be able to go. And here is Ferragamo. He was 4 of 5 when he came in late in the game. That, of course, against Detroit. And here comes Elvis Peacock. Peacock piled up by that ferocious Tampa defense at the 15-yard line. Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Peacock was sidelined all last year, of course, by injuries. They had great hopes for his future. He's having trouble running on natural grass, which this is. Jack Faulkner, one of the Rams scouts, says he's been trained to run naturally off his left foot on artificial turf, which was what he did at Oklahoma. And thus he stumbles a lot, which isn't good for a back.
Denard and Waddy, the 2 wide receivers, both split to the left. Screen goes to Cullen Bryant. Bryant has a block. Good defensive effort. Coming up there quickly was number 33, Mark Cotney, to hold Cullen Bryant for a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down at 5. And 3rd down, 5, the ball just short of the 18-yard line, the Rams' first possession. Draw play, Cullen Bryant, right side. Bryant, with his own strength and weight, carries close to the 1st down. 2nd and 5. Drew Hill split to the right. Getting the call is Peacock. Peacock piled up at the 30-yard line. Short of a 1st down, it'll be 3rd down and 3.
I said he stumbles, man.
Well, they didn't cut the grass today, evidently.
3rd and 3. Ball right at the 30-yard line. Ferragamo tries to draw the penalty, doesn't. Fires to Peacock, and it will depend upon where they mark it. I believe he has a 1st down. David Lewis made the play again. Ball inside the 33. 1st and 10. Waddy is in motion. Ferragamo wide open is Waddy. And Waddy down to the 42-yard line of Tampa Bay. Pick up the 26 yards for your information. Rick Saul back at center for the Rams, number 61. Out comes Bill Bain. Peacock gets the ball right side, and Peacock is drilled. At the line of scrimmage, Bill Kohler, number 77. Half of the 1st quarter is already gone. The Rams controlling the ball game on the ground. 3rd down and 5. Peacock gets the call. Finds a little gap. Short of the 1st down inside the 33-yard line. Richard Wood again in on the stop.
But it's a 50-yard try, and that's tough even for Frank Corral.
This guy can do it. He's got that kind of range.
At 1 year, when he was a junior at UCLA, he kicked one 55 yards. Plenty of distance. Flag is down. They could have used too much time. Referee tonight, Gordon McCarter. Too much time against the Rams, and now he would have to boot it 55 yards. So it'll be 4th down and 8. Frank Corral stays in the game, but again, as I mentioned at the top of the telecast, this year he's doubling for the Rams on their special teams. He is also their punter, and he was a great All-American punter in junior college and punted for UCLA. Twice was the Pac-8 leader. Dribbles is short. And there isn't somebody taking a shot. And it was number 46, Danny Reese. Tampa Bay appearing for the first night on Monday Night Football, and they have really made a carnival down here in Tampa. Sold out stadium very early. Fired up team, the Bucs, in a rematch of their NFC Championship game against the Rams. 2nd possession, the ball at the 15-yard line. Quick toss, Ricky Bell. And Bell gets to the line of scrimmage and over it for a yard and a half. It'll be 2nd down and 8. That was Jerry Eckwood, by the way, carrying the ball. 2nd and 8. Eckwood, who was the big ball carrier against Cincinnati in the opener on Sunday, gets to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Best receiver out there is Jimmy Giles, number 88. Williams on 3rd down and 8. Fires to Giles to be short of the 1st down at the 22-yard line. Hit there by Nolan Cromwell. It'll be 4th down, and Tampa Bay unable to move the ball with 4:08 and the clock moving here in the 1st quarter. Bucks at number 1. We'll leave that alone. 1st and 10. Ball at the 30-yard line. Again, Leroy Irvin obviously interfered with. No flag, so the Rams have the ball at the 30. Ferragamo, he could write a letter. Fires to Denard. Preston Denard. Elvis Peacock. Big opening, and Peacock all the way down to the 40, inside the 40, short of a 1st down by about a yard. 2nd down, a yard. Cullen Bryant gets that easily inside the 35, close to the 32-yard line is Cullen Bryant.
I'll tell you what you got to be impressed with is the Ram offensive line. They're taking a great defensive line and coming off the ball.
Some people do Leroy Selman that way.
Some people think that the Rams have the best offensive line in football. I don't know whether it's the best or not, but it's doing a pretty good job right now.
33-yard line of the Bucs. Ferragamo. Waddy. Intended receiver, he makes a super catch at the 15-yard line. Looking for Terry Nelson in the end zone. Picked off. And he's going to bring it out. Mark Cotney, the strong safety. And this is the way the Bucs play football, defensively with the turnover.
Well, I'll tell you, he had no chance to complete it. He threw it into an absolute crowd. But here he is, faking the running play. Plenty of protection. He's looking right at the receiver all the way, but there are 3 defensive people around him, and a 4th one comes up and gets the deflection.
1st and 10, Tampa Bay at their own 18-yard line. Handoff Ricky Bell over the right side in the 1,000-yard rush of a year ago. Squeezes out 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. 2nd down and 5. The ball inside the 25-yard line at the 24. Doug Williams to the air. Fires intended for Ricky Bell.
Well, they've certainly got to throw the ball in this 3rd and 5 to have a chance for a 1st down.
3rd and 5. Isaac Higgins split to the left. Jimmy Giles, the tight end, on the left side, struggling to get off the line of scrimmage. Williams in trouble. And unloads and almost picked off. It was Johnny Johnson, the rookie number 1 draft pick from Texas. 1st down for the Rams is at the 48-yard line, their own 48. Waddy in motion. The handoff is to Peacock. Peacock is drilled by Bill Kohler. Good open field tackle by the defensive left end who just slid along the line of scrimmage and made the hit. Peacock made the line of scrimmage. That was all. It's 2nd down and 10 for the Rams. Ferragamo puts all receivers in the pattern. Tries to go to Waddy. Incomplete. Prevent defense by Tampa. 3 wide receivers for the Rams. They bring in Drew Hill, 87. Ferragamo has a man open. Waddy does not hold on and picked off. Mike Washington. The Bucs with their 2nd interception.
No fault to Ferragamo here. He went to the man he should be going to. He was open. He hits him on the numbers. Good tackle. Ball is tipped up
like volleyball.
And there's Washington. Getting the turnover and completing it.
1st and 10, 40-yard line, Tampa Bay. No score. Williams. Strong arms it, and it will be picked off. It's Nolan Cromwell, the free safety, roaming the outfield. And again, a deflection is picked off, and Cromwell gives up the football at the 50. It rolls out of bounds, and the Rams will have possession again in good field position, and Cromwell is shaken up.
All right, here's Doug Williams. This is really the first pass down the field he's thrown. And he really threw it ill-advisedly. He wasn't open.
It was Rod Perry, 49, that deflected it away. 1st down, right at midfield. Waddy out of the backfield in motion. Cullen Bryant, single setback. He's piled up and pounded, and then pounded some more by Leroy Selman and his friends, namely Richard Wood. By Bryant, it's 2nd down and 11. Ferragamo, Preston Denard, complete. Steps out of bounds, 33-yard line, 1st down Rams. Flag down in the area that usually get a holding call. Works against the Rams. And he places Denard to the left. Flag is down. Holding once again. Rams.
You know, there was a time, Frank and Howard, when many people thought the Rams offensive linemen held more than anybody else. And I remember y'all had them on a Monday night game. There you are, Howard.
Second down and 29 yards. Cullen Bryant. And Bryant has a lot of speed for a big man. Gets it back to the original line of scrimmage at the 48-yard line. Taken out of bounds by Mike Washington. Big Cullen Bryant is, when he's large, he goes about 235, but he can really move that body. When he came into the league, he used to return kickoffs, and as a matter of fact, returned a Ram kickoff for a touchdown early in his career. Over the middle. Complete to Billy Waddy, and he has the first down. Ferragamo keeps throwing like that. They'll be back in array. On first down, Ferragamo again. Cullen Bryant. Bryant has another first down close to the 20-yard line. Credit to the Tampa Bay defense. They had it analyzed perfectly. And now we see Frank Corral. 43-yard attempt. And it's good, and the Rams are on the scoreboard.
Now, in this situation, the young quarterback does not want to do what Ferragamo did down here.
You don't want to make a mistake.
You don't want to throw the interception goal. That's right.
Gordon Jones split to the left. Isaac Higgins split to the right. Those are the wide receivers. Williams dumped to the 23-yard line. Good defensive effort, Jack Youngblood. And Jack Youngblood playing spirited football.
So another thing he didn't want to do is take a sack, because it pushes Yepremian, who doesn't have the greatest range in the world, back another 5 or 6 yards. And now it's a 40-yard kick rather than a 34, 33-yard kick.
You can get it this far.
Yepremian, of course,
talked with Garo before the game. He said, Saints cut me for 11.
no good.
Garo Yepremian was born in Cyprus and never went to college. He signed with the Detroit Lions as a free agent in 1966 and played 9 games. In 1967, he played 8 games, and in 1968 and 1969, he was on their taxi squad. In 1968, he played with the Michigan Arrows of the Continental League. He also punted 33 times for a 36.1 average. The Lions released him, and the Dolphins signed him as a free agent. There he led the NFL 3 times with the highest field goal percentage, including 1970, his first year with the team. He made 2 Pro Bowl teams and first-team All-Pro twice. In 1971, he led the NFL in points scored with 117, and in Super Bowl VII, he pulled a huge gaffe, but it helped to land him on a popular comedy show the following year. Dolphins head coach Don Shula held it against Yepremian for many years. The Dolphins released Garo on August 27, 1979, even though he made the Pro Bowl team in 1978 and led the NFL with a career-high 82.6 field goal percentage. Russell Erxleben was the Saints' first-round draft pick in 1979, and he was their punter and kicker in Week 1. But he badly pulled a hamstring and was out for the remainder of the season. Week 2's kicker was running back Tony Galbraith, and he made 2 or 3 field goals, but missed one from inside 20 yards and also missed an extra point. Enter Garo Yepremian for the remainder of the season. The Saints released him the following summer, and he signed with Tampa Bay as a free agent. Yepremian ended up having an amazing career.
First down with 45 seconds remaining in the half. Ferragamo will try and use it. 45 and it's picked off by Richard Wood.
Watch this again, Fran.
Something you don't want to do with 45 seconds left to go in the half. He's got plenty of time, not rushed. Throws it right there to the Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
Ball at the 27-yard line. Looking for Higgins. Incomplete. Rams slide in to prevent defense. They bring in Ivory Sully as an extra defensive back. Out comes Jack Reynolds, the middle linebacker. Second down and 10 at the 27. Williams looked for a receiver and threw it away. A flag is down, and Williams might have been roughed. Intended for Ricky Bell. Higgins and House, the rookie from Southern Illinois, are the wide receivers. They are both at the top of your screen. Jimmy Giles, number 88, bottom of your screen. No chance. Giles double covered. Williams still tried to get it in there, had to throw it away. He'll make a long field goal, Will Erchleben, over his career. 3rd and 20. Over the middle, Ricky Bell. He'll be pounded at the 32. Garo Yepremian has come out. Tom Blanchard is the holder. It will be a 48-yard attempt. And quite frankly, this stretches his leg. It will really stretch the capacity. Flag flies. And it looked as though one of the Rams, Reggie Goss, might have jumped offside.
Well, he might have been drawn offside. If not, it's a great break for the Bucs.
Encroachment, number 71, defense.
4th down and 9. Hit the bar and went over. And Yepremian spun it off like he knew it was going to go through.
My goodness.
42 and a half yards, I'll give him, and a bounce for another half.
What did I say? The capacity to just about make it.
Tampa Bay will kick off. Deep is number 87, Drew Hill, and he's been hot. He took the opening kickoff against Detroit, 98 yards a week ago. A week before that, an exhibition game, he went 92 against San Diego. Here he is, Drew Hill, second-year man from Georgia Tech. Look out, he's open again.
Got it.
Oh, my goodness.
No, he steps out of bounds at the 48-yard line. And only missing by inches. Another kickoff return for a touchdown, but they'll bring it back to the 48-yard line of the Rams. Rams have the football at their own 48-yard line. It'll be Cullen Bryant, 32, Elvis Peacock, 34, Vince Ferragamo, the quarterback, number 15. That is your backfield. Wide receivers, Billy Waddy is 80, Denard is 88. This is Cullen Bryant on first down. Cullen Bryant got 3. It's second down and 7. The ball at the 48-yard line of Tampa. This is Elvis Peacock. And Peacock upset by Mike Washington. Flag is downfield. And Peacock is down at the line of scrimmage. Well, give him a yard. But again, a flag is down. And replacing the injured Cedric Brown at safety for Tampa Bay is Danny Reese. Third down, long 9. Willie Miller, Preston Denard, Billy Waddy, all in there for the Rams. 3 wide receivers. Here comes the safety blitz. Ferragamo reads it, and he hits Willie Miller. And that was very heads-up play by Ferragamo. Ooh. Left side of the line. Doug France comes out of his position into a blocking stance. That will work against the Rams. Ball marked now just inside the 42-yard line. Billy Waddy goes out to the right. Preston Denard to the left. Tight end remains Terry Miller. Ferragamo trying to drill it between the zone defense to Billy Waddy. Almost got it. Defensively, Curtis Jordan, 25, and Martin Cotney were back there. Second down, 15. Jeff Moore is in there at wide receiver now for Tampa. This is Cullen Bryant, the checkoff man. The Bucs converge, and a good open field tackle by Curtis Jordan. Ferragamo wide open over the middle. Jeff Moore does not hold on to the ball. First down Rams, 46-yard line of the Bucs. Elvis Peacock finds a little opening over the left side. Third down, 7. The ball at the 43-yard line of the Bucs. Ferragamo unloads it. Nice pass. Ferragamo had to wait and finally hit Drew Hill for the first down. Nolan Cromwell can do a lot of things on a football field, and he's the holder. 32-yard attempt to the uprights, and the Rams take the lead once again. We begin the fourth quarter. Frank Gifford, Howard Cosell, Fran Tarkenton. Williams on the move. Good athlete that he is, and he piles down to the 41-yard line, and Bob Brzezinski made the stop. He also collected 2 touchdown passes, too, to pull that game out, and a game that John McKay said was his best as a pro. is Eckwood again. And look at Eckwood. Eckwood has been brilliant all night long. Another Buck first down around the 32-yard line. Breaking tackles. The second-year man out of Arkansas, putting on a show for the fans tonight. He has been the offense.
He's a slippery character, Fran, a product of Lou Holtz.
Not only slippery, but he's strong. He hit the right hole. He runs over Perry. He runs over Brzezinski. Cromwell.
Two wide receivers. The rookie Kevin House out to the right with the toss. Goes to Eckwood again. This time he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage. A flag is down.
Tripping, number 50, offense. Repeat, first down.
Ricky Bell hit, smashed there by number 79, Mike Fanning. Williams hangs it up deep. Intended for Gordon Jones. Back there was Pat Thomas and Ivory Sully. The Rams in their 5-man prevent defense in the secondary.
All right, here he goes down the sideline. Jones has really got a little step on the defensive safety man there. Sully.
Not by the time the ball got there, Fran.
The ball could have been a little more out in front of him. We got some penalty right back here at the line of scrimmage.
Another penalty.
You would think holding, but I saw Youngblood complaining about something, but I think Youngblood was the one who was held.
He was the holdee. We'll find out who the holder was.
Well, they're making vast yardage backwards. That's
Number 73, offense. Repeat, second down.
Charlie Hanna was holding right side of the Bucs offensive line. It is now second down and 32. The ball now back in Buck territory at the 46. Murray Eckwood piled up after a couple of yard gain, and the way the Bucs are moving, they better get their defense in there.
Well, that's not the most daring second and 32 call that you'll ever see.
Bottom of your screen is Jimmy Giles. He's hardly been a factor tonight. He's a great receiver. Another flag is down.
Well, we get another shot. The Rams are offside. Got to hit something over the middle to have any chance at all.
what he needs is 15 yards.
That's right.
Give Yepremian a chance.
Williams is out on the flat to Eckwood, and Eckwood is struggling, doing his very best. Gets inside the 40. That should not help Yepremian, however.
Nope.
We'll see the punter, Tom Blanchard. Rams, first and 10, their own 20-yard line. Eddie Hill, one setback for the Rams from the 24. Terrell Thomas, 33, the other setback. Preston Denard in motion for Los Angeles. This is Thomas. Thomas, whacked at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that emphasizes the point we've been emphasizing all along, that the Rams can push the Bucs around, but they can't get a touchdown on the board, or at least haven't in all that span of time that you just read.
Ferragamo looks over the second and 9. And off to Thomas. And look out. Terrell Thomas, the rookie from San Jose State, down the sidelines, down to the 23-yard line, taken out of bounds there by Danny Reese.
I'll tell you, that was some run by that young man. He had good blocking on the right side.
I like the look of this kid.
But he is quick, and you don't see many quick Ram backs. Wendell Tyler was one, and then they lost him to an accident. But this is quickness. He makes Cotney miss, who's a good tackler. He makes Richard Wood miss. Then he shows some speed.
Big man,
That
too.
is a big play.
Cullen Bryant, 32. Eddie Hill, 24. Those now your setbacks. No, Terrell Thomas comes back in to 33. This is Eddie Hill. Eddie Hill down to the 20-yard line for a gain of 3. It'll be second down and 7.
Well, it looks like the Rams are going strictly with the running game. Ferragamo is not throwing much. And the last time, many times he's been down here tonight, he's thrown interceptions. I wonder if they'll give him the go-ahead signal to throw or keep the ball on the ground. We'll see.
He's been sharp, though. He's having quite a few balls dropped, Ferragamo. 12 of 21 thus far. Second and 7. Ferragamo, Denard. Preston Denard tries to lunge forward to the first down, but I believe they'll mark it short. Short yardage offense. Pair of tight ends in for the Rams. Less than a yard for the first down. And off Eddie Hill. He almost pops it. He's inside the 10. Easy first down. It'll be first and goal, L.A. First and goal. Billy Waddy in motion. Terrell Thomas. Thomas upended, nifty defensive play. Curtis Jordan coming up with the left cornerback spot.
He has really had a good night.
Ferragamo looking for a receiver. He didn't get the break, obviously. So it'll be 3rd and goal. Oh, and Ferragamo upset. One of his receivers crossed him, obviously.
Yeah, they really did. They're both the receivers out there.
You don't like him out there freelancing, do you?
Well, Thomas and Nelson both were confused of where they were going to go. Now, which one was wrong, I don't know.
3rd and goal. The ball at the 10. Denard split to the left. Billy Waddy split to the right.
He's going to have to go to either back of the tight end. They're doubling both outside guys.
Ferragamo tries to get it off to his tight end, Terry Miller, but it was Leroy Selman all over Ferragamo.
It was a great play by Leroy at exactly the right time. That's the Selman who gets all the ink.
Here he is against Doug France. He takes the inside move. He's double teamed by Doug Smith, but watch him go. He runs Ferragamo out of the pocket, and this is another ill-advised throw. Watch this right here.
Nolan Cromwell is the holder for Frank Corral. Corral has already hit twice. One from 42, one from 32. This will be a 27-yard attempt. And Corral has duplicated his 9 points that he put on the board in the NFC Championship game a year ago.
Well, it happens so often in the National Football League. If you let a team stay in the game this long, although you've dominated as the Rams have, you could be in trouble. The Bucs have another shot at it.
Williams on first down to the air. Fires it into Gordon Jones, complete up around the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, 2nd down and 2.
Fired was the right verb. That ball was shot like a bullet.
Nobody ever questioned the strength of his arm. But that's the least important thing of a quarterback.
We developed that in the preseason game at Foxborough. You had 18 years. The worst arm on every team with which you play.
Williams wants to get this play off before the 2-minute warning. That'll save him the timeout. He's not going to do it. That's one of the problems with calling the plays from the bench. 2 minutes on the clock. Doug Williams did not get the Bucs out of the huddle quickly enough to the line of scrimmage. They lost a timeout at the 2-minute warning. They do have 3 timeouts remaining.
Frank, look at his percentage against the Rams. It's sad, really.
Well, John McKay defends it by saying we ask him to throw deeper passes, and we can live with his 41% completion average. I don't think he can. When he gets in with the tough teams like the Rams, he needs a quarterback that can complete 50% or better and help move the team. He hasn't done that in the last 2 years.
I don't know if the Silver Fox really believes what he's saying. He's trying to build a guy's confidence.
2nd down and 2. The ball just over the 45-yard line of the Bucs. There's Eckwood over the right side, runs into Thomas there, and the pursuit of number 53, Jim Youngblood. Ball is marked with a 1st down at the 48-yard line. And there, the clock is started. The Bucs should be at the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to lose about 15 seconds off of this.
Williams goes out to Eckwood. He doesn't hold on. Incomplete. Williams with all receivers in the pattern, out of the pocket.
You got a flag.
And he drew a penalty at the 10-yard line. So when they were waiting for, it was Pat Thomas defending against Kevin House, the rookie from Southern Illinois. A flag is down.
All right, here he comes.
Look at it again.
Here comes Kevin House, 89 down the field. Williams is scrambling around the backfield. Youngblood ran him out. The ball is not going to be completed, but these things can happen in the secondary. And here's Sully pushing him down.
Ivory Sully, who drew the penalty. 1:21 on the clock. They were here once before in the 2nd quarter and couldn't get it in.
He's got him open.
Good defensive play.
A great
Nolan
defensive play.
2nd down 10, 1:17 on the clock.
Not a bad time right now for a trap play up the middle or a draw play.
Draw play.
Not a bad call at all. Right now, the linemen want a pass rush. He's glitching. He's got to read it.
misses. And Williams is inside, close to the goal line.
What
Failing to get in.
You talk about second effort. What a play by Williams.
We told you he was strong, and he just willed himself down to the 1-inch line. Some great individual effort by Williams there. The best thing he's done tonight is run the ball twice.
Now they've got a minute left to play. In comes the goal line defense.
Here he goes. He's really dead here. He's going to get run out of the pocket. They're blitzing him with both linebackers. Jack Youngblood is trying to chase him, but those young legs get by him. Watch him here. He ran over that man. Here comes Rod Perry. He runs over Rod Perry. Nolan Cromwell, Fanning probably, and Dreyer coming to stop him. Some effort by Doug Williams. He's inside of the 1.
So it took till now to get this kind of excitement into a Monday night game on Thursday night.
All right, a couple of factors here. They really have 2 downs to run the ball in. I would think they'd stay on the ground. Now, on the other side of the coin, the Rams only have 1 timeout remaining for their comeback. That was because Ferragamo had to call timeout to go check the call from the sideline.
Well, at the time, we noted that was a critical, it could be a critical mistake.
It absolutely could be right now.
First and goal.
He made it. You knew it. He did it.
He did it.
He did it. You knew it would be a quarterback sneak. In 3 runs tonight, Williams has picked up 28, maybe 29 yards. So the young quarterback who had a night of discontent suddenly emerges as the probable hero.
And it goes through. When you got a man down, you better keep him down, and you better put the game away. The Rams had chance after chance to put the game away. They did not. The Bucs make 1 play. A pass interference on the Rams, and they now have a chance to go ahead.
Yepremian is on. Keep in mind, 57 seconds remain on the clock. The Rams have 1 timeout. 66,000 screaming Buck fans. It's not a classical, beautiful offensive showing, but they lead on the scoreboard.
All right, here comes the tall one. He's 6'5". Watch him jump up, but it's a good surge by the offensive line. They cut the legs down from the Rams.